Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And after a long work week, I'm an older person. I went to bed somewhat early last night. My Rutgers Scarlet Knights were playing. I taped the second half, just finished watching it. 4-0, let's go. But anyhow, that's all I was expecting to do this morning when I woke up. I was not expecting to wake up to a blockbuster Knicks trade, diehard Knicks fan as well. Wow. I'm still trying to get my thoughts together on how this trade will work out for the Knicks. Of course, we knew their center depth was in complete shambles with Isaiah Hartenstein signing with the Oklahoma City Thunder and the news that Mitchell Robinson probably won't be available until December or January at the earliest. But man, shams. Developing story. Timberwolves Knicks blockbuster deal sending Karl-Anthony Towns to New York for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and a first round pick. Now, that first round pick is heavily protected. Detroit, there's a decent chance it turns out to be a second round pick. But man, with about a month until this season, very surprising. We've heard, rumors of Towns possibly going to the Knicks. Villanova Knicks get broken up a little bit. It hurts. Dante DiVincenzo, one season after breaking the Knicks single season record for three pointers made in a season. But with the trade of for Mikal Bridges, his playing time was definitely going to drop. I actually projected their rotation. I wrote an article on it, and I had DiVincenzo somewhere around 22 minutes a game. It was hard to find minutes for him and Hart. Both of them coming off the bench. But DiVincenzo now joins the Minnesota Timberwolves along with Julius Randle. Love him or hate him. One of the more polarizing figures from the Knicks fan base. A guy who's really struggled in the playoffs and didn't have an opportunity to change that this past season as he was hurt. But yes, Towns definitely helps the Knicks center position immensely. We know when Tom Thibodeau was head coach of the Timberwolves, they didn't necessarily get along. That's been years now. I'm sure Tom Thibodeau wouldn't have signed off on the trade if he was still worried about that. Now, the question is who will be in the rotation, at least to start the season, especially while Mitchell Robinson is out. We know Thibodeau, at least during the regular season, usually likes to go with a nine-man rotation. I know the NBA is sort of a positionless sport now, but in some senses, but I think OG will be the power forward for the Knicks rather than Josh Hart. So I would, ESPN, this is their depth chart. I think OG will play power forward, Hart small forward, but that'll be your starting five. And then, of course, this all depends on everyone being fully healthy. So not including Robinson if they go with that nine-man rotation. Deuce and Precious will absolutely be a part of the rotation. But after that, it's a little challenging to figure out who for sure will get in. I mean, I'm happy that we shouldn't have to see Jericho Sims. I've seen enough of Jericho Sims to know that he's not really going to develop into much of anything. High athleticism, but anyhow, yeah, other than that, I mean, Cameron Payne wasn't expected to be part of the rotation prior to this trade. Might have to get some minutes. And then the ninth guy, I mean, they have Marcus Morris and Landry Shamet and Chuma Okiki on Exhibit 10 slash Exhibit 9 deals. None of them are on guaranteed deals, but they do have a 13-man roster now. So maybe one of those earns that 14th spot. I would love to see it be Morris. They kind of need that forward guy more than guard. As I mentioned, McBride and Payne, and even Tyler Kolek maybe can provide minutes at some point during the season. So I think Morris can get playing time as well. And of course, we have to wait for Mitchell Robinson to come back. Maybe Bates Diop sees some minutes. Hard to figure out who will be that ninth guy, especially with Mitchell Robinson out. I really don't want to see Jericho Sims. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I would love to see Marcus Morris end up making the roster. Of course, he's not as productive as he was in his first foray with the Knicks. I believe he was actually beating out Randall as the team's leading scorer prior to being traded. But what are your thoughts on this deal for the Knicks? I mean, quite the shocker, to be honest. I mean, I knew Towns, it was always a possibility for the Knicks. I know Julius Randle only had 1 year left on his contract. I don't think he was going to give him another discounted deal, a la Jalen Brunson. So they might have been afraid that he would walk for nothing. But it will be interesting to see. Definitely important to shore up that center. We know Tom Thibodeau always likes playing a big man. There was rumors of Randall potentially playing minutes at the five. Precious was looking like he might be the starting center. Both of those guys would be undersized at the position, but man, I'm just still trying to get my head together on this trade. What are your thoughts as to how it will work out for the Knicks? Do you like this deal more for the Knicks or the Timberwolves? Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.